Well, hello there. I am honored to have you. Thank you for showing up. I'm configuring my set here for another fine contemplation. Have you had some caffeine? I have 1 cup and am on cup number 2. Today I'll be discussing a quote provided by a commenter. So strap in and let's go. So here's the commenter, here's the quote. Wealth, like a tree, grows from a tiny seed. The first copper you save is the seed from which your tree of wealth shall grow. I sincerely thank you, Alex, the ULF, for providing such a fine quote. From a fine book, might I add. But do I think it is a gem? A quote that will make us better stackers, better thousandaires, and perhaps more. Hit that like button to support this channel, and let's dive in. I would like to start by saying I've heard the tree metaphor used for habit building. The early stages of the habit is routine that requires effort and concentration, at least if it's a productive habit. Either way, whether you just started going to the gym or started saving money, or you just started going out with friends, getting drunk and eating fried foods, the early stages are compared to a sapling. At this point, the routine is very vulnerable to being, let's say, just pulled out of the ground or interrupted, which should be encouraging. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. It should be encouraging to you if it's a bad habit that you've just started. But if it is a good habit, such as building wealth, then you must start over and plant again. Now, if you continue these habits, good or bad, you go from the sapling stage to a mature tree. And unlike a sapling, a mature tree is very difficult to pull out of the ground. We get set in our ways and become more difficult to sway. That's a bad thing if you're set in a bad habit. But if you've been doing the right thing and for quite some time, you now have momentum. And that is something that I would implore you personally not to squander or to take for granted. Don't forget how hard it was to get to that point. Even a mature tree can be chopped down. It just takes a lot more effort than pulling a sapling from the ground. I think the quote is a gem. Good job. And thanks again, Alex, the ULF. I would like to add that a lot of my elaborations on the subject of wealth tree and such came from the book The Compound Effect. It's a book on good habits and time management, and I highly recommend it. And it's free on YouTube, by the way. That's right, you can just type it in and listen to it. But speaking of time management, I have to go to work. If you have a great quote or something you just like to say, don't be a coward. Leave it in the comments below. Put yourself out there, please. Thank you. And if you're still here, you should probably subscribe. Oh man, work just called. I'm already a half hour late. I was having a lot of fun making this. Wow, either that or I have a brain tumor. I don't know. I don't know how I could just, the clock is right in front of me. All right, catchy thumbnail and I'm out of here for real. All right, that looks like it'll do. Pieces.